I am a big fan of a YouTube channel called Cinema Therapy. It is Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist, and Alan Seawright, professional filmmaker, who host the show. There is a team of editors and producers and no doubt camera and sound people behind the scenes. And what they do is they watch a movie and basically put a psychological analysis to it, to the characters, as if they are real life people that maybe seek Jonathan's help for therapy. Villains and heroes alike all deserve therapy. In this way, Jonathan is kind of like Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer. No dog is too hard for him to handle. And that's Jono's approach. No one is beyond redemption. No one is beyond redemption. And that's what I love about Jonathan Decker and his approach to dissecting psychologically heroes and villains alike. Jonathan and Ellen speak a lot about the emotional ride we take when we watch a movie, or when we read a book or relate to a story in any way, shape, or form. We take an emotional journey with the main character. That's also why going to a movie is such a common date, because you basically create a little artificially a significant emotional journey that you take together with your date, while your noses are in the same direction, to make another wink wink to Caesar Milan. So you're sitting facing the same direction, having the same emotional journey, and going through a significant event with the main character of the movie. And of course, it has to be significant events, otherwise a story is not worth telling. Lady is sitting on a bench at a pond, happily musing about the hero's journey. It doesn't make for a very exciting movie, I can tell you that. In order for a story to be worth telling, some conflict has to arise that the main character has to somehow deal with and or overcome. Some tragedy hits, that's when the story begins. When conflict arises, when a challenge arises, when a call to adventure shows up, disrupting everything the main character is used to. Usually we are given a look into the ordinary world of our protagonist in the first couple of minutes of the movie, while the credits are still running. It is the introduction, it is the setup. Here is a person that does this for a living, that is a generally nice person, or that is a general jerk. In the first couple of minutes of the film, we are given some pretty clear cues as to who this person is and what its disposition is, and potentially already foreshadowing their weakness that they somehow need to overcome in the next 2 hours. And then the shit hits the fan. Because only after the shit hits the fan do you have a story. A story is nothing more than shit happening, and how are you going to deal with it? Who are you choosing to be? Who are you becoming through these challenges and through this heroic journey that you have been called to. If the protagonist refuses the call, which they invariably do at the beginning of the movie, however, it wouldn't be a movie if they stay on course and fail to take on the challenge, so they eventually cave. Some never fully embrace their role as the hero and remain reluctant heroes throughout the movie, and perhaps that is their charm and their flaw at the same time. Or perhaps the reluctant hero finds purpose and meaning in being a hero and embarks on a happy career of heroism for the rest of his existence. The entire story is designed so that the main character can go through a process that makes them a better human being than they were at the beginning of this journey. A more helpful, honest, brave, courageous, fulfilled, and happy human being. Often this journey is associated with healing, a sad backstory. Often this journey is associated with healing damaged relationships that may have been introduced in the ordinary world at the beginning of the movie as strained, challenged, in conflict. Maybe relationships with a loved one, a spouse, a child, a parent. Maybe relationships in general. And through embarking on the journey, the hero's journey, with all its challenges, with its helpers and its monsters to slay, this person is able to heal their past, heal the relationships that have become strenuous and difficult, perhaps due to past trauma, and they end up being all the better for it. As a filmmaker, you have 2 hours, 3 at tops, but only after people really, really, really have come to love you a lot. You have 2 hours in general to tell your story. So absolutely every aspect of what you see on the screen is there to tell that story, and hopefully as efficiently as you can, so you pack as much information in every scene using whatever the characters say, what they do, where they are, the light, the sound, the props in the back. Everything adds to telling your story. The most absolutely essential part of this story is the antagonist. Without the antagonist, without the source of conflict that creates the hero's journey, without that metaphorical dragon to slay, without the opponent, the accuser, the invader of peace, without the bad guy, your good guy remains undeveloped. A good guy needs a bad guy to be the good guy. Without the bad guy, there is no story. There is no journey. There is no character development. There's nothing. It is the bad guy that makes the good guy. And is the bad guy, therefore, really the bad guy?